Okay, we're going to make a quick video on how to mod College Bowl. Let's top in. All right, so I've got a version running of College Bowl currently that is an NCAA mod. I've got custom teams. I've got custom rosters. Okay, so that's what I have loaded right now. If you want to mod College Bowl, you might be tempted to right click the College Bowl in your library, go to Browse Local Files, and try to put files and folders here. You don't want to do that. That's bad. You'll know you're in the wrong place if you see a lot of music files. What you want to do is go to your C drive, users. My user is called Graphics2. And you're going to look for a folder called App Data. Now you'll notice we can't see that because we have hidden items unchecked. So you want to go to View and then check this box for hidden items. Now we can see App Data, we can see Local, and we can see College Bowl, the folder that has all the data that we'll need. But this is about modding and how it works. So we're going to show you how to actually mod the game. So it's important to know how College Bowl actually imports files and what it does with them. So let's rename this folder we have to NCAA all time, today's date. All right, now there's no College Bowl folder. Every time the game starts up, it looks into this location, app data local, for a folder called college_bowl. And in that folder, it's looking for data, custom, rosters, inbox. Right now, there's nothing in here. So if I had started the game with this one loaded and nothing was in the inbox, it would start right up. After it brings files in through the inbox, it puts them in the outbox. And these are the only 3 files that can go in the inbox: coaches_user.txt, players_user.txt, teams_user.txt. So we renamed our College Bowl folder to be NCAA all time with today's date. There is no College Bowl folder. If College Bowl doesn't see that folder at all, it will make a brand new one, and I'll show you. It's made the new folder, and it's about to start the game, and it'll be full screen. I'm going to turn the volume down. Okay. So you can see this now is loaded, the standard version of College Bowl, all the main mascots, teams that the game comes with. But we want to modify. So we'll exit the game, and let's say that we want to make that version just like this version. So what we'll do is we'll go to Data, and there's 2 places we can go. But first, we'll just go here to go to Custom Rosters, Outbox. And here's these 3 files, right, from the Outbox. We'll go to this new folder, college_bowl, data, custom, rosters. The only thing here is an inbox. That's all you can do. We'll put that in there. You'll notice inside the data folder, there are no other folders here, just custom, right? When we go back, eventually, this data folder will look the same. I had a tournament. I also had some career games, but it'll just be custom and these files. You'll see. So let's start up the game and let's watch what happens to this inbox folder. Now, again, when College Bowl starts up, it's looking at this folder for these 3 files. It brings them in, ingests them, it creates the mod, and then it spits them out to the outbox. This whole process takes like 4 minutes, a while, like 5 minutes when you're modding. It only happens once though. The rest of the time after that, it should load just fine. We'll see here how long this takes. While that's loading, I'm going to tell you about the savedata.ini file. This file has division labels, conference labels, league labels, as well as other settings you can change in game. But there are two important settings here that can only be changed from this file, and you'll probably want to change them. One is called export text files. The other is called export match stat file. Those both should be at 1. The reason we want them both at 1 is so that anytime we make changes to the game in game, it will save files inside of this data folder. Also, after every game that you watch or play, these are non-sim games, so you have to either watch the game or actually play the game or coach the game. At the end of the game, it'll export the stat files and play sheets. And I'll show you that real quick. So I think this one, let's go back to this one. This one has some good stuff in it. Career, no. Here we go. It exports not only the stats of like what happened in the game for each team, but it also will spit out a play sheet. And that tells you all the plays that were selected by each team and what happened. It's pretty awesome. Highly recommend it. So we're still, mind you, waiting for College Bowl to load up. And you're probably thinking it's stuck or it's broken. It's not. Let it do its thing. We can even go check and see if it's made any progress here. Custom, what's made a roster JSON? That's a good sign. That means the inbox is empty. That should mean the outbox is full. All right, cool. It brought those files in. Now, does that mean we have the game modded? No, it doesn't. We still need the actual logos, and we're going to need some text files that the game uses to determine things like the bowl names, the logos used in the bowls, the schedule. Schedule is very important. If you're modifying where teams are, you can use the regular, you can use the regular schedule, you just have to be careful with what you're doing. So this finally loaded. And let's go look at the teams. We shouldn't see any logos, just that blue standard vanilla logo. But our teams are all modified now. These are not the standard teams, nor any preloaded teams. This is custom. We want to go to the rosters, and we can tell. We go to the first team, which should be Illinois, and it should be Nathan Shielhaus. Shielhaus? Anyway, so we still want our logos, and so we're going to go get those extra files. So let's exit the game. Let's do something else real quick. Let's go to graphics. Windowed, perfect. That's wonderful. Exit game. So now we need to go back to that recent archive we made. I want to go to data, custom. Let's just select that logos folder, hit Command C, go back up, go to this new College Bowl folder. We'll go to data, custom, and right next to that, we'll paste our logos. Now, I told you about those other files that we need, the text files. We want to go to data, and we want to grab bowls. We want to grab end zones, logos, and our schedule. Command C, go back up. Oh, too far. Go to data, and you'll notice there's no coaches, players, or users text in this folder. Now, when I talked about save data file, and we edit this and make sure that it exports the text files, this is still at 0. We want this to be at 1. And at 1. We hit save. We close it out. Now, watch what happens when we load this up. It should have the logos in it. If we were trying to make a tournament, it would have the proper bowl logos and the trophies. If we wanted to edit teams in the team editor, it would have the proper end zones and the proper logos. And our schedule will match up because it's a custom schedule. Now, something to remember that I was trying to say and I forgot. When this loads, it looks for these files. If it doesn't find this file, it will use the one that's in the boilerplate location. Remember when I said we'd come back to that later? Well, this is something we can talk about. If you browse local files, this is why it's dangerous. This location can look identical. It doesn't because it has a lot of custom stuff in it. But the reason you don't put it here is anytime the game gets updated through the developer, these things can get wiped like that. And so it's set up this way so that when you modify it at this other location, these files that we've been working on just now won't be affected by an update by the developer. However, this stuff can. So you don't want to mess with any of this stuff. But you'll notice there's our bowls, text. Here is our end zones that we looked at earlier. These are the same files. If it doesn't see these files that we put in here, custom made, it'll just grab the standard ones. And it can't make, if you go modify these files, like let's say we put all our NCAA stuff inside the basic Steam app side, every time it tried to make a standard version, a vanilla version of Legend or College Bowl, it couldn't because it would be grabbing these incorrect files. Anyway, not important. We don't want to mess with the Steam apps. Do not browse local files. Remember, be on the C drive, users, graphics 2, app data, local, College Bowl. Okay, so we've got the game running. We should see, remember, our logos now. Let's go to teams. We have our logos in the right place. There they all are. The other thing to look at, oh, right. Let's, over here in our Explorer window, we don't have a players or coaches or teams user.txt file. We changed our save data so that it should now say 1.0 on export text files. It does. So now, whenever we go make a change, and let's put this like this so we can see it over there, you can edit just like real simply, just change it to that, and then just change it right back. And now I hit save. Do I want to update this accessories? No. And see, it's now saved our teams user over here. And that, and it's given us everything else that we might need. A rosters user, what else new here? It gave us all of these files. Facilities, items, user, coaches, and it updated our roster JSON because this is a JSON file, which is different than text. It's got way more data in it. And it gets updated when you change the colors as well. So now you know, though, when you bring a mod in through the inbox, right, and it spits it out, this outbox were the 3 files that you had to begin with, right? They're not the updated ones. See the time, 5:35 on those? We go back here and we see this new coaches, this new players, this new teams. Those are from 541. Those are the updated ones that we just saved. So whenever you're trying to give somebody your updated files, your 3 files, if they have the same logos folder, if they have a lot of other similar stuff, you can just pass them a teams user, a coaches user, and a players user. They can take those 3 files, put them in their inbox, and they can load in your roster. But it's got to be from the data folder because that's where this saves from. Woo. Okay. One last thing. If you want to modify music, you can do that. You plan on streaming, I wouldn't because then you run into copyright issues. But hey, maybe you want to live dangerously. The way to modify it, you can't put audio files in here and get it to work. So the way to do that is just, I know I said don't go to this folder, okay? But this is how you have to do it. If you want to do audio, you can do it this way. Go to Browse Local Files, And you'll notice this is where all our menu music is. Well, all the music is. Whoa. Okay, that's loud for me, but it's not coming through my stream. Anyway, that's stuff you can listen to and play. All you have to do is rename this to like backup, and then bring in another file that you want to use as your menu music, and make sure the name is exactly mus underscore osc underscore menu dot ogg, and it will play in the game. I would back up your files because potentially that could get changed or wiped based on updates, or any new version of the game created would have that music and not the original. Maybe you want it. I don't know. It's up to you. So that's basically it. We did that in about just over 15 minutes. Yeah, leave comments. If you have questions, I'll put a link to the Discord server for Super Pixel Games, College Bowl eligible, in the description. I would go there to ask questions. There's a lot of people there that help. There's a lot of mods there you can download. And yeah, cool. So have fun playing the College Bowl.